Okay, so let's talk about consecutive singles. So consecutive singles are something that are really gonna help continue motion and kind of really understand how out of a toss to continue into something else, whether it be another spin, whether it be something that flourishes, whether it be even another toss. It's really gonna help you understand how to continue motion and not be so aggressive with the grabs. So if you notice on my Sabre, I have two tapes. This one's my spotter tape, and it's basically just where that Sabre is balanced. So if you don't have one of these tapes, I do recommend kind of getting your nail and kind of making an indentation where that would go. And then the catch tape is just like 7 or 8 inches from the tip of the Sabre. And then again, it's not really important to have these tapes, but when I'm referencing where to grab and stuff, I do use these a lot. So just know spotter, catch tape, and then obviously hilt and tip of the Sabre. So I'm gonna start with that thumb pressed up against the catch tape, and my left hand is gonna be over in the hilt, and I do press my thumb up against the back of the hilt to start my spins, but if you don't, then you obviously don't have to. So from here, I'm just gonna start with 4 drop spins, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from here, I'm not gonna change energy, I'm not gonna change speed, I'm not gonna change anything other than the height. So I'm gonna keep that kind of same speed that my Sabre's doing consistent, and I'm just gonna go up a little higher and then re-grab. So try that a couple times, going 1, 2, 3, 4, up, grab. And then you're gonna grab with that hilt back down, and then after you have that good, you wanna try it up, down, and going back into another drop spin. Let's just try that. We go 5, 6, 7, press, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Cool. So now I do one more on 8, and then I go right back up, 8, and I release, and 9, 10, and I land right back down, 11, 12, and now I go right back up, 12 and 4, and then 5th, 6, and then same thing right back up on that 16 and. So let's just do the first 16 counts, ending with 6 and 1, grab 2. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, stop. Cool. So now obviously that tempo is really slow, and it's very hard to do consecutive singles that slow, but you really want to make sure that you understand how to control your Sabre. You shouldn't do this exercise at this speed, because then it's just really easy to kind of continue that motion. You don't really have to be exact. But at this tempo, every little micro detail matters, because anything can stop the Sabre. So you want to really have those soft connections. I also make sure that I understand this pinch of the Sabre. So these first 2 fingers and your thumb are really what's going to be working on the Sabre the majority of the time. These 3 fingers are there, and they do touch the Sabre, but they don't really control a lot in this exercise. It's those first 2 fingers. And you can kind of attest to that because you can do this exercise only with those 3 fingers. You know what I mean? So after you have it really locked in, practice and test yourself and see if you can do it with those 3 fingers to see if you actually have control. Sorry, 2 fingers and a thumb, not 3 fingers. Okay, so let's try it a little bit faster. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. So now from here, instead of doing drop spins in the center of them, you're gonna go ahead and consistently and consecutively do the singles. So you would go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, and stop. And then you end after that 4th consecutive one, 8 and drop, spin, stop. And you'll be stopping at flat. Left hand lands in the hilt, right hand is over on that tape. Now notice that every time I release a single, I'm at shoulder level to release, and I bring my hand into a fist and I put it on my chest. That way when I'm doing the next motion and the Sabre is falling, it is falling into the continuation of my hand. So again, I'm here, and imagine the Sabre is falling and it's coming from this direction. My hand is there to continue the motion down into the next toss or drop spin. So now let's try the entire right side, and really keep that in mind of continuing motion with that right hand. Here we go. So 16 and 8, 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, grab. And then you're done with the right side. Now from here, you're gonna go ahead and grab at flat, and then you hold 1, 2. You're gonna switch the Sabre, so you're gonna pull this up, and it's gonna come towards yourself, and that thumb is actually gonna be on top of the Sabre, and it's gonna push the Sabre hilt back towards you and then to the left. So go ahead and try that a couple times with that thumb. You're doing this. essentially. So you're pressing it, and notice that my thumb is mostly like on this side of the saber, so that when I press, it presses that opposite way. So you go 1, 2, and now on count 3, you switch that saber, and now that thumbprint is gonna be up against the back of the tape. Then you go down on 4, and now from here, you pull this up, right hand goes to shoulder level, and you pull 4 and to start those drop spins, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go right into the consecutive single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, down. Oh my God, that was the worst thing I've ever done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, grab. There it is, good. So you really want to make sure that you're feeling those downs, especially on the left side. Most of us have a lot less control, including me, on the left side, so it's what has to be worked on the most. So make sure you're feeling pull and pull and pull and pull and soft and down. Awesome. So now same thing as the right side, we're gonna do 16 counts of that. So we go 5, 6, 7, press and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. Awesome. So now from there, exact same thing as the right side. We just continue that motion. 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, and stop. Oh, and then don't stop badly like I just did. You want to make sure that you end right from that drop spin right into flat. Cool. So now let's do that whole left side, 16 and 8, 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, press and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, hit. And you stop right in that hill. So now a couple of things before we do this final rep. You want to make sure that as you're lifting, you're not twisting the elbow at all. So see what happens when I go up to that consecutive single and I twist. I'm going to actually speed up that toss, and that's not what should happen. You want it to stay consistent. Remember what I said at the beginning of the tutorial, it should stay consistent speed and just lift height so you can go right back into the spins. And the way to check that is to feel the hilt on every single down, including when it goes into the air. Down, 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 and down, 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 and down, 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 down. That's your way to kind of check that you have that consistent tempo and you're not changing anything. So let's go ahead and do that whole thing. Here we go. 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, press and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, up, 3, down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 3, and 5, and 7, 8, grab. And you land right at flat, right hand on the hilt, left hand over, and then if you want to, you can also switch back and then continue to the other side, and you can do it infinitely if you wanted to. So yeah, that's consecutive singles. I hope this all helped and that information made sense. If you have any questions at all, feel free to message me on Instagram. Thanks.